Hey guys, just wanted to come at you real quick before the workout. This is actually the night before I go do a training session, but I wanted to talk to you about something important. Footwear is very important. When you're training, when you're lifting, you usually want to be somewhat low and flush to the ground. A lot of times you'll see people who are squatting or deadlifting and they will actually be barefoot, which is good. But in strongman, even though you may train that way, you're not really able to compete that way. You're not really allowed in most competitions, especially on the amateur level, to go barefoot. You're going to have to wear some sort of shoe, and like I said, something flat. What I've been wearing for the last 3 years have been Nobulls. These are actually a pretty darn good shoe. They've got this super fabric and this, it's not really plastic, it's just kind of like this rubber mesh. As you can see here, and everything. It's a nice shoe. The inside is a nice fabric. You've got a decent tread. You can see where I've on my heel and on my left side of my toe box, or yeah, that would be the left side, where I've really worn it. But these guys, you can tell they've definitely had some usage. I only wear these when I'm training or doing a competition. I do not wear them out and about. I do not wear them just to go shopping or anything like that. The only problem with these particular version of Nobull is that these really were not meant for running. There are some running events that you can do in strongman, short distances, usually about 50 or so feet, that I've done in these, and I've done pretty good. But as far as overall, these are really not meant for running. Nobull does have some running shoes, don't get me wrong, but these are not them. As you can see, with all this love and care that I've had and usage, and I definitely have gotten my money out of these shoes, is the fact that it's about time for me to get some new ones. So, of course, being with Nobull and taking good care of these and using these for about 3 years now, I was like, well, do I just stick with what I've known in the past? If it's not broken, don't fix it. Well, I've been seeing these ads. There's a company called Born Primitive, and they have a kind of a training shoe. It is called Savage One. They can come in different graphic profiles, but bottom line, the shoe is a quality training shoe. These are them right here. As you can tell, I like the blue. This one kind of fades in from kind of this nice aqua blue almost into a deeper navy blue. And I kind of like that. They've got some other ones. They got some patriotic looking ones, red, white, and blue. And they've got some black and yellow ones, but they have all sorts of different profile colors. But what I wanted to show you is with the Born Primitive, there you go. What you're getting here is you've got kind of this kind of nice silicone rubber, similar to what is on the Nobull, but you've got this, and what this is, it protects you. Is one thing that I've realized is kind of having this hub silicone here. This mesh is kind of a fabricy mesh. It makes it, you see all the little breathing holes in it. It makes it very breathable. It's good for the feet. It's got a real nice back here, this extra rubber protection. This is something that the Nobulls don't have. It really provides a lot of extra support to your ankle. And when you're lifting heavy crap, it is nice to have that extra support. But one of the other things that I like about this, I got this, let's see here, maybe about 2 weeks ago, something like that. I have now trained in them for about a week. I've gone through about 5 different training sessions, and so far I am not disappointed. This has been a fantastic shoe. It's been a great upgrade. I'm not saying if you are a diehard Nobull, stick with Nobull or go stay with Nobull or whatever about Nobull. They are good shoes. You're not going to go wrong with them. But if you maybe want to go to that next level, what I am finding, and I still got some time to work with these, what I'm finding is that these have been a good shoe for me. One of the things I like about it is the toe box area right here is a little bit wider. Let's see here. You can see that on the Nobull. I mean, look how much, you can just see there, look how much wider that toe box is. That is fantastic. It allows, it's almost kind of like it's taken, there you go. You know the barefoot shoes? It's like Nobull and Barefoot got together, got married, had a little schnickety-snackety going on, and out of that communion, Born Primitive was created. So you get the benefits of those 2 types of shoes, of the Nobull and the Barefoot, where this larger toe box allows your feet, especially when you're putting pressure down on the front of your foot, the ball of your foot, to kind of expand, and it gives you that better stability. And that is something I definitely like about this shoe. We're about to have an interruption. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, like I said, it's got a larger toe box there that I just totally love for that stability. Something else about this shoe, they put their heads together and realized, especially with the world of high rocks and CrossFit, and in a lot of ways, Strongman is also incorporating a little bit there's kind of been a mind meld of CrossFit and Strongman as well, where we're doing more events where you have more movement in it, there's more cardio work in it. Now, we're not running, a marathon or anything, but we are, running a little bit more. We're being a little bit more cardio in some of the events that you may see and watch, especially with the professional guys as they kind of try to change up some things. And once you see that on that pro circuit of Strongman, it starts to filter down to the amateurs with local competitions and things like that. But in a lot of ways, you see some similarity. It's got that nice flat base, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit more tread on the Savage ones. They are really cool. They're meant to give you a little bit more traction if you're going to do some kind of running event. So far, I have done some yoke carries with these on. I've done some fireman carries, and I'm really liking it. Now, there's still some events that neither Nobull or Savage One is going to be good in, like with the truck pull. You need a lot of traction if you're doing a truck pull. And so you're looking at more of like a hiking shoe or a climbing shoe that gives you that better grip than either one of these. But overall, the majority of events that a Strongman would have, I think this shoe may be the next best thing for Strongman. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more people doing Strongman wear these shoes, not because Nobull is a great shoe or not a great shoe, but because I think these are better. These may be a little bit better because of all these added features on this shoe that, from what I know, Nobull does not have. Now, does that mean Nobull is behind the scenes in their secret laboratory making something that would compare to the Savage ones? Maybe. I don't know. They haven't let me in on those details yet. But overall, these are spot on. Price wise, you're looking at the same price range, more or less. Nobulls, you're going to look at anywhere between 120 and 180 bucks. For the sandwich, I think I paid, I should have looked this up, guys. I'm sorry. I think I paid either 129 or 139. But I think these are going to be great. Just like my former Nobull shoes, the only times I wear these, I don't wear them for, shits and giggles, but I do wear these when I train, and I have a competition coming up at the end of June, and these will be on my feet for that competition. So that's really all I have to say about footwear. These guys did not give me these shoes for free and ask me, hey, can you say some good things about our company and our product, blah, 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 blah. No, they did not ask me that. I'm doing that of my own. I bought this with my own money, and I just thought, hey, I've now had a little bit of experience wearing these. I've had experience for 3 years wearing the Nobulls, but I don't know. I think I may be converted. This so far has been a fantastic shoe for training and all the extra things that I get that my Nobulls did not have. So I am so excited about wearing these in my next training, on my next training sessions, and going into my competition, my first competition after my hernia, by the way. But great shoe, great shoe. As far as the sizing goes, I wear a 10.5, and so I just assumed it would be similar, and it was. So I wore 10.5 in the Nobulls, and I put these babies on, and 10.5 works just fine. Well, there's no issues with slippage. My heel's not coming out. I don't feel my toes rubbing up against the sides or the top of these on the inside. The interior is super soft. The one thing that I'm not sure about is, and I don't know if you can tell from the camera, the tongue, it's interesting. It's kind of a silicone, and it's fine, but it's not my favorite. It almost, you can see the shine there, it almost seems a little plasticky, especially compared to the rest of the shoe. I almost wish they would have made the tongue more out of this mesh material, but it has not been a problem. I will say this, because of it being silicone, it has made it actually pretty easy to slide into the shoe. Now, it's not like another shoe that has the thing in it, the slip-ons or whatever they're called, but it kind of gives you that little bit of ease of getting your shoe in. So if you're in a situation where maybe you are in a competition and you're having to wear 2 or 3 different kinds of footwear, it does make it a little bit easier to slip in and out. The other thing I noticed too, guys, and this will be the last thing, I promise, and then I'll go get some sleep, get some dinner, get some breakfast, and then we go get a workout in. The other thing that I noticed is the laces. They are super thick. I don't know if you can see how thick these suckers are. They're super thick. And one thing I noticed, most of the time, whenever I tie my shoes, I do a double knot. Always have had issues of doing a single knot, and then at some point in my day or my workout, the knot comes undone, and then I got to retie my shoes. And you don't want that to happen. If you're doing a 200-pound, 50-foot sandbag carry, that's the last thing you want happening, is for the shoelaces to come undone and you trip over your shoelaces carrying a 200-pound sandbag. That would suck. But one thing I noticed with these, the first couple of times I wore them, I went ahead and did my normal double knot routine, and I noticed, man, there's not a whole lot of material left, and it seemed as if, man, maybe these shoelaces are too short. But I think maybe my 3rd or 4th time putting these on, I decided, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to mess with it being so short and everything. Plus, whenever I tried to unlace them, it was hard to unlace. It was hard to get the double knot out. And I don't know for certain, but whatever this material is and how thick it is, it's almost like it locks. I'm not bullshitting you. It really feels like it locks. So far, every single workout I've had, since only doing a single knot, it has not come undone once. And so I don't know if it's just because of the material that it's made of or how thick it is or a combination of both. But so far, I have noticed that you just got to do a single knot. That may not be a big deal to you, but I just wanted to give you that information regardless. So I'm going to cut this short. Well, we've gone on for a little over 10 minutes talking about shoes, but I just wanted you to know. If you want to check them out, go check them out. If you want to read more about it, I think they have a website. Just go to Born Primitive. I don't know if it's bornprimitive.com or whatever it is, but what I'll do is I'll look it up and I'll put it down here in the bottom. Go check them out. Look at it, compare, contrast. I don't know, what other shoes you wear. In fact, if you want to, in the comment section, what shoes are you wearing? And what do you like about them? What do you not like about them? Would you be considering maybe trying something different? I don't know. I'm just telling you from my viewpoint, these have been a good change up. I'm glad I decided to branch out and try something new. And so far, I'm really liking them. I'm not saying that I may not ever go back and buy a pair of Nobull shoes because they have some other shoe products. They have some casual wear and whatnot. But for training shoes, I definitely was really excited about trying this out, these Born Primitives. And like I said, I think I'm converted. So let's get to the workout. Okay, guys, I'm back. And no, we're not at the gym, as you can tell. I am home on this incredibly cloudy, rainy night. I think right now we're in the middle or between a couple different storms. It's been raining pretty much mostly all day long, but thank goodness it's gonna stop and we're gonna have a beautiful tomorrow. But I decided, instead of adding this, yes, I'm getting my trash can. Instead of making this a super duper long video with a workout and everything, I think I'm just gonna cut it here. I'm gonna end this, do a little bit of editing, and then I'll go ahead and release this as a shoe, I don't know, demo, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? Just kind of explain to you, about that shoe and just kind of give you my 2 cents worth. So I think that's what I'm gonna do is just cut this off, because you don't want to watch like a 45-minute video with the first 15 minutes of being about shoes. So let me just end it here. You guys be awesome. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you to buy these shoes. No one asked me to try to tell you to buy these shoes. I bought them for myself to check out, because anything that I can do to make my training and competing easier, I'm gonna do. A lot of times in life, you got to do things like that, and sometimes shake the barrel up and see what happens. But regardless, again, I'm gonna tell you something. I like the shoe, and we'll get more coverage on it in my next video, which will be a training session for overhead press and Viking press and things like that, which is one of the events for the June competition. But I am going to quit rambling on, because you probably have lost interest. You've probably turned me off by now. You're sitting in the front room, drinking some Kool-Aid and eating on some brownies and watching, I don't know, some show. I was going to think of something silly to say, but I'm tired. That's why I am rambling on. So, hey, go out there, be well, be strong, and get your fit on. Peace out.